right, we are back. We are going to add some more columns to our table visual. And the one that I want to add, the first one that I want to add is going to be a class length in days. So we've got a start date and an end date for the class. So we could throw together a calculation that will give us the class length that way. And another way to do it is we have our class column, and each class always has a set number, is always a set number of days. So what I'm going to do is transform my data in the Power Query editor. I'm going to do adding a column. I'm going to duplicate a column here, and the class name column has been duplicated. And then we're going to rename it to class length, and it's going to be in days. Hit enter. Now we can replace all of our values. So if it's a 301 class, it's 3 days. Three hundred two is 1 day. Let's check to make sure we changed all of them. We should just have 3 different values, 1, 2, 3. Now we also want to change the type. It's set to text, but we want it to be a whole number. This is a class name, so that's why it was carried over when I duplicated the column to text. Okay, that's it for now. So we go to home, close and apply our changes. And now this has been updated, and you see over here we have our class length. So I'm going to go ahead and drag that here, and we'll put it right after the class end date. And then it automatically applied the sum. So we will rename this to class length days for this visual. And then it also applied this total down here. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. So we click over here and then don't summarize. And that takes care of that. All right. Now, another column that I want to add is a fill rate column. So the percent filled. So that's going to be a calculation of these total registrants and the maximum seats allowed, or the maximum count allowed in the class. So to do that, I need to create a new measure. So for that, I'm just going to do new measure. And I want to name this measure percent filled. And then the calculation is going to be sum. And then it's going to be total registrants. Total registrants. And then divided by sum instructor utilization class max count. So we grab class max count and hit enter there. Sum function only accepts a column reference as an argument. See if we make sure that we did this right. Sum instructor utilization total registrants divided by. I'm going to wrap this like that. And then sum There we go. Just had our formula messed up a little bit. Now let's put this into our table as the last item. And let's scroll over here. All right, percent fill. Well, it's not in a percentage, so we need to change that. So up at the top here, you have the measure tools. And then we can change the format here to percentage. And we got that, but we've still got decimal points. I don't want those. Let's change that here to 0. Okay, so now we've got our new column, percent filled, a new column, class length and days, and that's going to give us the ability to create some more visuals. So there is one other there's one other item that I want to add, which is a region, and it's going to be done similar to how we did our class length days, where we duplicate a column, and then based on the location, class location, we add in our region. But I'm not going to do that right now. Instead, what I want to do now is I want to get started with some more visuals. And my plan is to load up some visuals on the side and the bottom down here. And the first thing that we're going to start with is an average registrations. So for that, we're going to add a visual, and we're going to do a bunch of stacked bar charts here. And we'll go ahead and put this right up here. Line that up there. And this is going to be average registration. So for our y-axis, we want to have instructor, and then we want registrations here. So that's going to be total registrants. We add that here. And then we can see this is summing. So we need to change that to average. There we go. Now let's see, it's showing a 7.64 for Muscat. That looks right. I want the numbers to appear here. So let's change that. Let's do format. And then we're going to format values. Let's see. Range. Title. I'm going to remove that. On our y-axis, we're going to also get rid of that title. It's not necessary for what we're trying to do. Since we're here, for our x-axis, it would be nice to turn off the range there. So data labels on, there we go. So that looks good. Our data labels and values, there's value decimal places. Let's see if we can change that. We can get rid of that so it just rounds up. I think that looks better. So we're going to do that and just have a nice round number. And then I also want to change the title. So the title here we can change to, let's just keep it as basic as possible. We'll just call it average registrations. There we go. All right, I think that visual is good for now. So we've got 5 instructors total that are teaching. And so that's going to give us the average registrations for each of those 5 instructors there. So we've got our first visualization. We're going to build several more here. And then finally, we're going to work on our utilization score. That's it for this one. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you in that next one. Take care. Bye-bye.